This is A's Cast Live, your comprehensive look at the Athletics.
Swung on, drive to left field. Did he do it? He did! 4 home runs for Nick Kurtz! He is 6 for 6!
Swing and a drive, deep to left. The A's take the lead in grand fashion.
And 29 other MLB clubs.
Stretch of the pitch to Cal. Swing and a drive, deep to right field. There it is, number 60, the modern-day Bambino.
Join us as we take you inside the baseball universe from humidors to walk-off dingers.
That swung at a high, deep drive to right. Smith is back. He will not even watch it. And the A's win it on a walk-off by Nick Kurtz.
We have you covered. Spend your afternoon with us, only on A's Cast Live. Here's Chris Townsend.
Good morning, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of A's Cast Live. It is a Tuesday, and the A's will be playing in 2 hours from now, taking on, I believe, the Chicago White Sox. Is that who the A's are playing today, Commander Cody?
To quote our great radio legend, Ken Korak, yes, they are playing the Southsiders.
Are they on the south side of Mesa, or the White Sox are out with the Dodgers? It's out. It's somewhere not close to where we play.
Camelback Ranch?
Yeah, where is that?
It is
the south side of what part of Arizona? Beautiful facility.
Glendale.
That is out there. It's where the Arizona Cardinals play and where they have the Super Bowl and the Fiesta Bowl, but it is out there in the middle of, well, everything's out in the middle of nowhere in Arizona, but it is out there. Like, it's a drive. Hey, let's face it, if you're not in Scottsdale or Phoenix, you're kind of, or Tempe, you're kind of, well, Mesa, but it's kind of out there. Can you imagine if you're the White Sox sharing the facility with the Los Angeles Dodgers? So when you go there, it's a beautiful stadium. White Sox, they have their huge clubhouse out past the left field wall. Dodgers have their clubhouse outside the right field wall, massive fields and everything. It's beautiful, but their stadium's beautiful. But you're the White Sox and they're the Dodgers. By the way, I've come up with a kind of crazy idea about the Dodgers that I want to save for later in the show. I am going to tell you later in the show, and I came up with this late last night while you were all sleeping. I'm a night owl, and I saw something on MLB Network that made me realize, you know what? There is something really good about the Dodgers for us, the A's, and West Coast people. It might be a little used car salesman. It might be a little bit of a sales job that I'm going to have to give you. But I'm going to tell you why the Dodgers are actually good for us. And I came up with this late last night watching MLB Network. All right, what do we have on the program today?
So we didn't get to it yesterday, so we'll play Lawrence Butler we'll have him, A's right fielder.
When's he going to start playing?
That's a good question. Not in the lineup today.
It's soon.
Yeah, we saw Gelof return today, which I'm sure we'll talk about.
One of the.
We'll have Tommy White and Bobby Crosby, who we talked to. And then we're going to have for his debut on A's Cast this season. And he's calling the games in Arizona with Jenny Kavnar, who was on yesterday. The great Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, who calls the games in Lansing for our high affiliate, the Lansing Lugnuts. He will be here at 12:30 to do a little edition of Know Your Lansing Lugnuts.
I don't think I've ever seen you so excited to do the greatest game in spring training history. Today is going to be your Lugnuts. I will bust out my Lugnuts hat. And if you're watching on Twitter, YouTube, or Instagram, Cody came in, take you behind the scenes today. My guy, Zack Gelof, well, I love Zack Gelof. I've always loved Zack Gelof, and I'm so rooting for him to make a great comeback. Gelof comes back, first AB, double, goes 2 for 4.
I have the AB if you want to hear it.
There's a lot to talk about. No. We're not talking about WBC in United States versus Mexico. No. Cody comes in today and has 1 million. Oh, we can't. We're not supposed to tell him. Now, if he's listening, now he knows. It doesn't matter.
He should know.
He comes in, oh my God, I got all these Lugnut questions. I mean, Cody is like Lugnut history on steroids, and he's asking me all these questions, and I'm like, really? You're that? Cody couldn't be more excited for Jesse and Know Your Lugnuts today. It is unbelievable.
He's not repping.
Why can't you be like this for every show? Like you actually act like you care about this show.
He can't be. He's not representing just the Lugnuts. He's representing the entire city of Lansing, Michigan.
Lansing, Michigan, best known for what?
Magic Johnson, General Motors,
the home of Michigan State University, Sparty.
Magic Johnson.
I mean, Michigan State's a massive school. Big Ten.
It's a good school too.
Very good school. One of my best friends, Dave Jennings, two of his daughters went to school there. They've had some of the great baseball/football players. When you think of Kurt Gibson, our friend of the program, who was a great defensive back there, Steve Garvey, who we both think should be in the Hall of Fame.
And friend of the program.
And didn't realize Robin Roberts, baseball Hall of Famer, played football there. I guess that would have been like early 60s, late 50s.
Did he?
Didn't you say it was Robin Roberts?
No, I just said he played baseball at Michigan State.
Oh.
That's in save it. That's a question for. This might be a question for
not Roberts.
Not Roberts, the Good Morning America host,
former ESPN, the former pitcher. All right, yeah. So we will have General Motors started in Lansing, Michigan. I think that would be Detroit.
Maybe you know what? It was General Motors. I was reading about Magic Johnson. His father worked at General Motors, and it threw me off.
Yeah, I would say everything car-wise.
Yeah, it's headquartered in Detroit. Yes,
it would be in Detroit, not
Ford.
Lansing.
Everything. Yeah.
Michigan State. So Ann Arbor is Michigan, and Lansing is Michigan State for all you college football and college basketball fans. We talked about the game last night in Las Vegas, WCC tournament. Very savvy. I don't know if they did this on purpose. But we're about to get into, I mean, if you like college hoops, it is about to be on steroids now. As all the tournaments are about to start. WBC, and we know for years there's been a ton of tournaments in Vegas. WCC started theirs early in Las Vegas. I don't know if they did that to get ahead of everybody. Who won last night? St. Mary's, Santa Clara. That's a big game.
That'll be the Broncos of Santa Clara upset Randy Bennett and the St. Mary's Gales. So they're moving on to play.
That is a huge upset over Randy Bennett.
And they're moving on to play Gonzaga for the championship.
Good luck.
So it means I think all three of those teams probably get in the tournament now. Santa Clara, St. Mary's, and Gonzaga.
WCC. Was our guy Roxy Bernstein on the call?
No, for the St. Mary's game or for the Santa Clara game, maybe, yes, because I think the Gonzaga game, when I turned it on, it was Dave Fleming and Sean Farnham were calling that game.
Dave Fleming. We got to get my man Flynn. I don't know him a ton, but we know each other, right? And we've had him on the show, and I see him. If you are a young broadcaster and you want to say, I want my career to be, Dave Fleming is would be a role model of mine if I was a young broadcaster. Because what he does, I don't know if it gets any better. You work for a Major League Baseball team. You work for ESPN. He does big-time college football, big-time college basketball, and then that little tournament that gets the best television ratings ever called the Masters. He's calling Masters on Thursday and Friday on ESPN. So you got Giants, college football, college basketball, and the Masters on your resume. Dave Fleming is as good as it gets. I love me some Flem. But again, I know him. I mean, we're not buddies. We don't hang out, but we see each other every once in a while. I have a ton of respect for him. There you go. He's doing WCC. He's got a lot of good gigs.
Yeah, the tournament game tonight, championship at I think they're playing at the Orleans Arena there in Vegas, Gonzaga, Santa Clara.
It's really brilliant, right? Because as we had Don Logan on, who is everything Vegas, just not aviators, talking about they have 150,000 hotel rooms in Las Vegas. If there is a place that you want to host Super Bowl, whatever, college basketball figured it out. Because remember when the Pac-12 first did their championship, their tournament, they were doing it in L.A., and nobody showed up. All of a sudden, Pac-12, the old Pac-12, RIP, they moved it to Vegas. Next thing you know, it's packed. Like, to go down there and see all the different tournaments going on, it's a blast. And you can go in a given day, you're able to go to different tournaments going on in Vegas and see all these different college basketball games from all these different conferences at the same time. It's really rad. I've never done it before, but I have buddies who have done it because we're always in spring training during that time. But I've had buddies who have gone down there, and you basically tournament hop. I mean, how cool is that?
I'm looking to see what else is going on. The Mountain West is down there, and the WAC is also down in
So
Vegas.
you used to have the Pac-12, the WCC, the Mountain West, and who else? And the WAC all going at the same time.
Yeah, so Orleans Arena and Thomas and Mack, obviously where UNLV plays, are going on. Gonzaga, by the way, 6.5-point favorite tonight against the Broncos of Santa Clara.
So I got sucked in yesterday because it was on Fox, and I'm sure a lot of the baseball world was watching. Hey, we finally found a time of the year where Aaron Judge can step up.
I wish I had the
Mr. March, Aaron Judge, comes up huge in March. Big home run for Roman Anthony. Big home run for Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, Captain America in March. Not Mr. October. Not Derek Jeter, Mr. November. We now have Mr. March, Aaron Judge.
The text you sent to all of us was pretty good.
Oh, about Rowdy Tellez?
No, the other one about Paul Skeens. America thanks Paul Skeens for going 4 innings.
Seriously. You want my buy-in? Paul Skeens. You really represented us, Paul Skeens. As an American, I was so proud. I was beaming that I'm an American. I mean, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. Because Paul Skeens went 4 innings. I mean, come on. I mean, it's just like.
It was a who's who of guys that most people, if you don't watch baseball in the regular, are like, who the hell is Matthew Boyd? Who's Garrett Whitlock? Like, who's Garrett Clevenger? Mason Miller's on the roster, by the way. Why wasn't he in closing out the game?
Is he on the roster? Has he pitched?
Yeah, he pitched a couple days ago.
Yeah, as we as Americans can be proud and wave our flag because Paul Skeens went 4 innings.
He pitched like 3 days
ago.
ago.
Tarek Skubal's already gone and back to Tiger camp.
Well, so to be fair with that, the other day when we were playing Great Britain, Ken Rosenthal of Fox and The Athletic asked him during an inning after he's done, like, hey, are you going to make another start? Like right on the spot, because they knew the rumor was he was going to go back. And he was like, after being here, like, I'm thinking about it. I might contemplate it.
My country.
And then he was like, I didn't think it was going to be like this. Then a couple days later, Tarek Skubal going back to the Tigers.
Yeah.
But good on Ken Rosenthal for asking him on the spot.
Your guy, Paul Skeens, went in that interview. It was like, representing my country for 4 innings. Way to sell out for the old USA.
Yeah, that's Air Force legend Paul Skeens.
At least Brian Bayo, Red Sox Dominican, went 5. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's kind of tough. I don't want to be the Debbie Downer of the WBC.
We play tonight against Team Italy.
Well, my other text was, here you are, the country of Mexico, that has produced some great baseball players. There's a lot of great baseball that's come out of Mexico. I want to say there's over 130 million people in Mexico.
You can fact check that.
Fact check. It's over 100. There's a lot of people in Mexico. I've spent a lot of time in Mexico back in the day.
Estimated, according to AI and Google, estimated between 130, 132 million as of 2024 through 2026.
I'm going to go on the high here. 132 million people in Mexico. And the best you got is Rowdy Tellez? Rowdy Tellez.
Well, Adrian Gonzalez is a little older now.
I mean, Rowdy Tellez? We can't muster up better than Rowdy Tellez in Mexico?
I guess not.
There's one thing in this world. I want you guys to all remember this as we talk about the fights of owners and players. As in every business, we all have the pie chart, right? Who makes what, who gets what in a business. We've seen that for years. There is one thing that unites the owners of Major League Baseball and the Baseball Players Union. There's one thing. And they've been fighting like cats and dogs since before I don't even know when the fight started. I just remember as a kid in the 80s, we had work stoppages, strikes, and lockouts. And they've been fighting like cats and dogs. Donald Fear was the long-time guy who ran the Players Union and basically say, you want to test for steroids? We're not showing up. So when everybody blamed Bud Selig, and they should, but you also had to blame the Players Union because the Players Union said, we're not giving you blood. We're not doing blood tests. We're walking out if you want us to do that. The Players Union knew exactly what was going on, and they did not want their players tested for anything. Forget the street drugs, because we know about the cocaine epidemic that was going on in the 80s that was in baseball. They did not want their players tested for anything, and that was like a holy war for the Players Union. So when we always want to blame Bud Selig, you can really blame the Players Union because they did not want testing at all. But anyway, they've been fighting for all these years. But what's the one thing that has united where the owners and the Players Union and the players, they just don't hold hands. They snuggle together on one topic where we're loving each other on this one topic. Do you know what that one topic is?
Top of my head, I would have to assume money.
The WBC. The WBC is a made-up exhibition that is a cash cow for the owners and the Players Union. It's the one thing they agree upon. They don't love telling you that they signed a $100 million deal with Netflix to air the games in Japan. They don't tell you that. They tell you that Chinese Taipei against Australia, and oh my God, these teams are playing for their country. It's a cash grab. The revenue, the ticket sales, the television contracts, the merchandise, the money that both the owners and the Players Union, they're both making money. They're hand in hand on this. That's the reality. But it's cool, right? It's programming. It's fun. I was, good for Roman Anthony, who could be one of the next. Talk about Moneyball. When the scouts are like, good face. He's got a good jaw. He looks the part. Roman Anthony looks the part. He is a handsome young man. He's built. What's he, like 6'3", 6'4"?
Roman Anthony
He's a big dude.
Baseball Reference has, or we go to MLB.com and see what they list him at, because everyone's at 6'3", 200.
6'3", 200, shoulders. He has the jaw. He hammered one out last night.
Got thrown out at home, so speed wasn't there yet.
Roman Anthony's going to be a player.
That's why he signed that big extension with the Red Sox.
And then, we talked about Darryl Hernandez. This is for some players, this is such a building block for your career because you're playing in this. Right now, playing in the WBC means more than being at Camelback Ranch between, White Sox and whoever. Playing in a game like this really can help your career. But let's not kid ourselves. This is a major cash grab. So Aaron Judge, good for Aaron Judge. We found out when he can finally come through, and that is in the month of March, is when Aaron Judge can star for a team.
I'm trying to see what Hernandez did in the game yesterday for Puerto Rico. When I looked, he was 1 for 1. Then I forgot to check back to see how he did. They won again, so Puerto Rico's 3-0. Darryl Hernandez in the game was 1 for 4. So in over 300, though.
And that is the one, if you look at the one spot on the roster right now, question is who's going to be the third baseman for the Athletics? Oh, my God. This can't be true. Breaking news.
I don't think I have the sounder. Oh, wait, actually I do. We have the one we got from NBC from the like the 80s.
No,
We'll make do with it for now.
how is this possible? The Raiders have traded Geno Smith to the Jets. Geno Smith, originally drafted by the Jets. The Jets traded for Geno Smith?
Let's
According to the Athletic sources, the QB returns to the team that drafted him in 2013. Who in their right mind would trade for Geno Smith?
Well, aren't the Raiders are apparently we're cutting him and his $56 million.
Well, because the Raiders are going to have Mendoza, and we're going to go to multiple Super Bowls.
They signed Lindenblum, the center from the Ravens yesterday. They got
huge money.
They got the 14th pick in the draft, so you can maybe draft another offensive lineman to help protect Mendoza.
Mendoza is going to lead the Raiders to multiple Super Bowl victories.
They're saying all signs pointing towards Geno Smith returning. I'm trying to see if there's anything else on it. But yeah, why would you want him back?
How do you have that press conference if you're the Jets?
I mean, you could have had Sam Darnold, didn't you? You could have Sam Darnold back. If you really want to do a reunion tour, I'm like, sorry to the great Raymond Jensen, a Karate Kid, who's a big Jets guy.
Who would want to step out in front of the New York media and go, great news, we traded for Geno Smith. We got him back. He's back. Not Joe Namath. Hell, not Richard Todd. I could go way back.
Chad Pennington, Mark Sanchez. Well, Sanchez he's in jail, but
I was trying to get guys that are successful. Boomer Esiason. Jets quarterbacks who are successful. No, you're bringing Geno Smith back. Wow.
They don't like Justin Fields.
Wow. All right. So
third base.
Third base will be the one competition. I just wonder about my guy Zack Gelof. You know, when Zack Gelof came on the scene, it was like a no-brainer. You would have thought these contract extensions, the $86 million for Sodi or the $60 million for Jacob Wilson, would be going to Gelof. Gelof came on the scene, hit 14 jacks. I want to see, what was his OPS? His OPS was 840, played in 69 games, stole 14 bases. This kid's got size, he's got speed, he's got power. He's going to be our next star player. And just injuries and he led the league in strikeouts in 2024, and he's been hurt, and he's just like, man. I talked to Zack Gelof down at spring, and he said for the first time, because he's dealt with all these different injuries and played through all these injuries, Zack Gelof said, I finally feel healthy for the first time in a long time. He's still just, 25, 26? Mm-hmm. So it's like, second base was the option, but once you got McNeil, that kind of changed everything. And now, will he play some outfield? Will he be some infield? I just want to see the young man get back to being where he was and to see if he can build on that, because it looked like he was going to be the dude, a star-like player. And all the guys that he played with, like Lawrence Butler will tell you, like Gelof in the minor leagues. And when he came up to the A's, that was like, this is the guy. But what happens when you have injuries, and it's what you cannot predict, and it's a valiant effort to try and play through injuries. And he had a lap problem, and it's just like, shoulder problem. He had a shoulder problem in the minor leagues. You want to prove yourself, and you try and play through it. And the tough part about our game, and really any sport, is when you try and gut it out, it affects you dramatically. So can Zack Gelof with the Athletics get his career back on track? We even saw the last couple of years when he's been hurt, just how dynamic he can be defensively because of his athleticism. If we can get the offense going again, it's another great sign of a player where you go, well, where is he going to play? Well, when you've got too much talent, that is not a problem we have had. Think about that. Where we have enough talent where we talk about, where's Tommy Tanks going to play when he's ready to go? Leo DeVries is right on the doorstep. You sent me a thing about Dave Roberts. Dave Roberts, who now is 3-time World Series champion as a manager, obviously the biggest stolen base in baseball history, and a World Series champion with the Red Sox. Friend of the program, Dave Roberts. Love having him on. A guy that I competed against in high school and college, Dave Roberts. Dave Roberts was thoroughly impressed with Leo DeVries. All of this talent, you throw Zack Gelof back in that mix, yeah, we don't have enough spots for all the talent. And what a great problem that is to have. Because we, for years, were like, who's going to play? And how? Like, who, where, who, what, when, where, and how? How's this going to work out? We're not there anymore. We're now really talking about, hey, you going to go Muncy or are you going to go Hernandez at third? And Mark Kotze has weighed in about how happy he is, and all the teammates are happy for what Darryl is doing with Team Puerto Rico. Huge for him in his career and his new blonde hair. And you got Muncy, who's been here, giving every opportunity. Brett Harris has been sent back to minor league camp. I mean, this is what it's all about, right? We've got internal fights going on. We've got a lot of players. We've got a lot of young players. Whether we talk about our guy Henry Bolte or Junior Perez, guys down there going, hey, I'm ready to play outfield in the big leagues. But we already got a stacked outfield. How's Denzel Clark doing with Team Canada?
I'll find that for you after the break, and we'll have that.
You haven't been tracking the Canucks?
No, I've had enough Canada for a while. The Olympics and
oh wow,
the Sharks played. A bunch of like local stuff and like just watching everything on television. I've seen a lot of Canada, so I've been trying to. I haven't watched. No offense to Denzel Clark, but I've just been focusing on what Team USA is doing.
All right, this is not going to be a stretch. I thought about this last night. I don't sleep when you guys are sleeping. I saw something on MLB Network. It made me think, as people have tried to say the Dodgers are ruining baseball, I'm going to give you a different take. And I'm going to tell you why the Dodgers have been good for us West Coasters and how the Dodgers may be setting something up for the Athletics when we get into Vegas. I'm not going to slam the Dodgers. I'm going to praise the Dodgers, and it may help us long-term next right here on A's Cast Live.
The time is now. Grab your sunglasses, A's gear, and get ready for some fun in the sun. Spring training is back as the Athletics get ready for the 2026 season. Now's the time to make plans to catch us in Mesa, Arizona, and enjoy the sunshine of your family and friends. Grab your tickets for the best seats at the lowest prices as your green and gold take on the Dodgers, Giants, Cubs, Padres, and more at Ho-Ho-Cam Stadium. Don't wait. Get your tickets at athletics.com/spring. That's athletics.com/spring. Secure your spot for priority access to 2028 season tickets at the A's Ballpark in Las Vegas for just $19.01. The amount honors the founding year of the Athletics franchise in 1901. By joining the priority list, you'll get an early opportunity to grab season tickets before they go on sale to the public, while also supporting youth baseball and softball programs across Southern Nevada. To secure your spot, visit athletics.com/Vegas.
Unlock offers and receive exclusive in-game features by downloading the MLB Ballpark app for iPhone and Android today. Plus, get the latest information on game time, schedules, and more. The A's YouTube page is your go-to destination for A's video content. Get access to great highlights, exclusive behind-the-scenes content, classic games, A's Cast Live, and more. Visit youtube.com/athletics.
Baseball is back and big league action has never been more affordable. For a limited time, grab your tickets to see the A's in West Sacramento for just $8. That's right, only $8 for select games this April and May. Catch the showdowns against the Royals, Cardinals, and American League West rivals, the Mariners and the Rangers. Whether it's a midweek getaway or an afternoon at the park, don't miss your chance to see your A's for less than the price of a ballpark snack. Tickets are moving fast. Head to athletics.com, that's athletics.com, to secure your seats today. American League Rookie of the Year Nick Kurtz joined Chris Townsend on A's Cast Live to discuss his historic 2025 campaign and becoming the first Athletic to win the award since 2009.
Yeah, it was awesome. When it kind of got announced, we were all in Hawaii together. Willie was in the same room as me when we were on the show, so that was really cool to kind of celebrate, as a team.
When you look back, like, what do you think of when you look back in this Rookie of the Year season? You had the monstrous game in Houston, historic game. What are the things that you really reflected on?
Just kind of the whole year as a whole. When you look at any kind of season, you have the parts where you feel really good to play. You have the days where you feel really bad, and then the majority is you're just trying to do what you can do that day to put the ball in play and get a base hit. It's not a good day if you don't get the team win as well. So that's kind of what I've reflected the most about is, I did all these great things, but it's got to lead to October. And that's the most important thing.
You can watch the full interview at youtube.com/athletics or listen at athletics.com/A'sCast.
A's Cast Live continues from the studio. Here's Chris Townsend.
All right, we're going to have Lawrence Butler coming up on the program. LB. He looks phenomenal. Now, people might be saying, well, why hasn't he played? Well, it's just, when you have knee surgery, they've got a timeline. They don't get off that timeline. I'm glad that all baseball teams, if not all sports teams, kind of realized in modern medicine that when all these players love doing – remember when Rod Woodson came back so fast from knee surgery and everybody's like, he's a super athlete. Look how fast he came back from knee surgery. And the guys were trying to be the fastest guys to come back from Tommy John. Do you remember that? Guys are, when we first start really knowing about Tommy John,
John, yes.
He's coming back in 9 months. This is amazing. He's a suit. It was all bad ideas. And we finally switched that to, nope, it's 14 months. This is what it is. I don't care if you think you're Superman or not. You had to protect the athletes from themselves because they all wanted to break records of who's the fastest guy to come back from knee surgery. It's like, no, that's not. Your body needs time. You got to have patience. So we're on that timeline, and Lawrence is great, looks great, going to be ready to go, could have a monster year. All right. The Dodgers are known as the devil now. And last night, late, flipped on MLB Network, and just take a wild guess which team was having its game replayed late at night against your Pittsburgh Pirates. Just take a guess.
Well, I'm going to assume it's not the Dodgers because they don't play in the Grapefruit League.
It's not the Dodgers. They're hardly on.
I'm going to go with a team that has as many top 100 players as the Athletics. So for the Yankees.
Guess who's on tonight on MLB Network?
Yankees, Astros. I don't know. I picked it, but Yankees.
Okay, you guessed it right. Let me tell you why the Dodgers have been good for us. Because what the Dodgers have done is rip the baseball heart out of the Northeast. Our game has been so Northeast-centric for so long that baseball, you got to realize that you've got the commissioner and his office is in Manhattan. ESPN, which was huge for us in baseball for so long. Things are going to be a little different now. But Sunday night baseball, Monday night, Wednesday night, all this baseball, that's in Connecticut. And then we established a thing called the MLB Network, and that's in New Jersey. Everything was being run by East Coast people. So all they care about is what's going on in their hood, like most people do. So every single time you turned around, Yankees, Red Sox, Yankees, Red Sox, Yankees, Red Sox. It's been like that for a long, long time. And we had a run where you had these great, interesting stories. When the Kansas City Royals won the World Series, when we said small market teams, did we embrace that? They won it and next year, Yankees, Red Sox, Yankees, Red Sox. It wasn't like Royals were in 2 World Series and it wasn't like we need to get them on Sunday Night Baseball. Cardinals won World Series. The San Francisco Giants won 3 World Series. Do you think after any of those World Series, the people in the East Coast went, we got to get those guys on more television games? No.
No, not at all.
Look at the great home run race between McGuire and Sosa. Thank God it was in the Midwest in Chicago and St. Louis. And then after that, what Barry Bonds did out west was 73. That kind of pulled a little bit, but no matter how much stuff happened Midwest to the West Coast, it all got pulled back. Yankees, Red Sox, Yankees, Red Sox, Yankees, Red Sox. Phillies got good, so Philly got a lot of love. What the Dodgers have done is rip that right out of their chest. Like Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom when the I don't know, what would you call him? It was like a witch or whatever, goes into the guy's chest and pulls his heart out and the heart's thumping in his chest.
Yeah.
I mean, his hand, boom, 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 boom. Because the Dodgers, probably the best thing, Shohei Ohtani staying in Southern California caused everybody to go, no, it's not Yankees, Red Sox. It's not your 4.5 hour boring games anymore. The primetime shows in LA. They are the number one traveling road show. Kind of like when Jordan and the Bulls. Chicago's a big town, obviously, and it's a big market, but still, to everybody, it's considered Midwest. That's not Celtics, Lakers. That's not Jordan made Chicago prime. Like right now, does anyone care about the Chicago Bulls? Zero. I wonder, I mean, you think Chicago Bulls get national games now? Well, when Jordan was there, that was the NBA. That's kind of like what the Dodgers are now. There is nobody that it's harder to get a ticket. Everybody wants to see the Dodgers. Now, how does that help us? Well, we now have conditioned everybody. You don't have to be in the Northeast to be a darling in baseball. You have to get the Dodgers on television. You have to do that. They have to be on as many primetime games as possible because that's who not only, as I told you earlier, in Japan, Netflix paid $100 million to air the WBC in Japan. There's a lot of money in Asia. And by the way, no one wants to watch Trent Grisham. No one wants to watch Cody Bellinger in Asia. They want to watch Shohei Ohtani and Yamamoto. They've become the primetime team. So what that has conditioned, and that's not going away, 26, 27. I mean, the Dodgers are still going to be the primetime team. But what that could do for us as we are establishing some really quality talent, and we're about to open up a ballpark that's going to be spectacular. And as we talked to Don Logan in Vegas on Sunday, when you're starting to star in Vegas, you become global. The Dodgers taking the baseball heart out of the Northeast and bringing it out west, they got to care what's going on out here now. And it's benefited quite a few teams. The Seattle Mariners, the San Diego Padres. There's teams out west now that if you watch MLB now, they've got to concentrate more than just what's going on with the Yankees and the Red Sox. You know, the whole spending thing, the Mets have been spending the money the Dodgers have been spending, but they don't win. So if we can live up to this, our young players are going to blossom into playoff teams, potentially World Series, hard to win, but into a playoff type team with young players who turn into stars, and we move into Vegas and it's rolling, the Dodgers have paved the road for what we could become in 2028. Because like when Arizona wins, they don't care. But now that the Dodgers have made, hey, there's something bigger than the Yankees and Red Sox and it's out here, it shows baseball you can have something special out west. And that's what we could be when the Dodgers aren't going away anytime soon, but we could truly become one of the darlings. And all of a sudden, don't kid yourself, whatever the landscape looks like, Amazon, Netflix, whoever is going to be coming in and paying the bazillions of dollars to air baseball, do not think that we can't be part of that. We've got to put Las Vegas in primetime as much as we can. We would have never gotten that in our old situation. Never. The Giants won 3 World Series and nobody cared. They cared out west, but back in New York, they did not care. These teams over the years who won the World Series, It'd be like, oh, good for you. By the way, can't wait to get those Yankees-Red Sox games back on. They would get the most primetime game. You know how many primetime, if we are good and we live up to it, you know how many primetime games we're going to get in 2028? They'll try and put our ballpark on and our team on as much as possible. It will be so night and day from what we came from for the last how many years? Because the last time our franchise was prime time was the late 80s, early 90s. But the landscape was completely different then. There wasn't really there was Saturday game of the week. That was it. You know, we didn't have phones. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have any of that. It's been a long time. But now we could be that team, and the Dodgers have paved the way for that. So I know that's kind of a stretch. But if the Dodgers stunk, and if all the teams out west were, all we would be seeing, I mean, even right now, MLB Network is owned by baseball. And every night, it's Yankees, Yankees, Yankees. I get it. There's more Yankee fans. The Eastern Seaboard has more human beings than we have out west. I get it. But the Dodgers have ripped that out. The Dodgers are the primetime team. So maybe we can kind of get on that train or maybe even take over as the primetime team in 2028. And instead of saying we got to get 8,000 Yankee Red Sox games on, they may say, dude, we got to show that ballpark in Vegas. We want to start our broadcast because you see it now. When they start those broadcasts and they have all those shots of the Las Vegas Strip, television people love that. They absolutely love it. They can't, folks, you got the national championship football game going to be played in Vegas. You've got the Final Four going to Vegas. They can't get enough sporting. It's kind of always, it was boxing, right? It was the big events for like boxing. Now they can't. I mean, you know, the NFL is like, we need to get the Super Bowl as much as we can there. We need to get as many big. F1 is now all about Vegas. Like, you can't get enough big events there now. And the Dodgers have paved the way. If we can live up to the bargain, they have paved the way for something that could be really, really special for us. And I thought about all that last night while you were sleeping and I was watching Yankees Pirates.
It's funny about you mentioned that, which is good, but the funny you mentioned that about Yankees Pirates, I think it was Connor Griffin, the number one prospect in baseball's mom, tweeted out something. It popped up because someone retweeted it on my timeline that, oh my God, yes, we beat the Yankees. And yes, I know it's spring training. But I mean, that's where
do you see where I'm going with that?
No, absolutely. And to take it away from, because we see, I mean, we have a joke every year, and we'll talk to Hembo on Thursday from ESPN, Paul Hembekides, and we always have the joke, oh, well, Yankees Red Sox tonight, huh? It's like every time Sunday Night Baseball schedule comes out, we go and look and see how many times Yankees Red Sox is on Sunday Night Baseball, which we don't have to worry about that as much now. It'll also be on national games on FS1 and Netflix and the MLB TV, but that's what the Northeast focuses on. Those two teams, I mean, I guess you get a little talk of the Phillies, the Braves get some love, but it's mainly Yankees Red Sox, and to have the Dodgers kind of pull that away with guys like Ohtani, Yamamoto, Freeman, Mookie Betts, Sasaki, another one. I would say Blake Snell, but no one cares. No one cares about Tyler Glass now nationally. But those guys that they have right there and the international players, that's what people want to see. People aren't tuning in to see, as you mentioned, Trent Grisham, Mr. March play in April. I mean, people see Judge. It's a joke, but
hear about Giancarlo Stanton being hurt. I mean, it's just, but I understand that's where they live. And so all the people making the decisions all live in that area. So if the Dodgers weren't, let's say the Dodgers were just, run of the mill, it would be so Northeast centric. It would be unbelievable, but they have absolutely changed that. The Dodgers have changed the narrative, which we could hop on their backs in 2028. I was thinking about that last night. Food for thought. Any West Coast team, right? Let's say the Mariners start rolling off World Series. The Mariners could benefit from that. Like, you got to pay attention to them, right? The Padres, for God's sakes, people have been, Padres started getting more national television games. Well, because there's more, they have to show more interest out our way.
Well, they're second highest attended team in baseball last year, so you're gonna have to show them on television a little bit.
No, but why?
Yeah.
They don't have to, because we know I've talked with people about this. There is a number that you can have teams on Sunday Night Baseball, which is no longer, but you could have Sunday night, but you could have the Yankees and Red Sox. They maxed out their number of times they were the only teams that maxed out. So you were allowed to have them on Sunday Night Baseball X amount of times. They were the only two teams that maxed out. Everybody else, you get it 2 and you get it 1. Most teams didn't even get it. They maxed out the allotment that the Yankees and Red Sox could be on. But now it's about the Dodgers. And hopefully we can hop on that train in 2028. And all of a sudden, all the primetime games, we don't know what it'll look like. Is it Peacock? Is it Netflix? Is it whatever it is? NBC? We don't know how it's going to work, but there will be tons of primetime games. If we live up to the billing, we'll be on a lot of primetime games for the first time in a long, long time. And a guy that could be leading us get there is our big right fielder. Here he is, LB. Butler is with us here on A's Cast Live. And I got to say, I don't know what you were doing in the offseason. You look like you could be like, put the pads on, maybe a little outside linebacker, or you'd be like a really big, strong safety in the National Football League right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely coming downfield and filling up that A gap. You know, the Falcons weren't that good this year, so if they need somebody, I'm the guy.
Oh, I can see you coming off the edge too. Like if you could blitz the quarterback.
I mean, if you need me to do a deep post, come off the edge, play a cover 3, it don't matter. I can get the job done.
Yeah, you could be like a big tight end with your athletic ability and hands.
It don't matter.
What have you been doing this offseason?
Working. I've been working, man. I had some surgery done, so all I've been able to do is just work.
Lift,
get better, lift. Really.
How is the knee?
It feels good. It feels good. I've been doing a lot of rehab work with the trainers and the medical team over here. I came down earlier than normal, just to get a little bit more extra so they could see me, and it's been going pretty good.
I want you to tell the fans, because I've mentioned it on this show. I think it was a really big deal. It shows your commitment to this group. I've been talking a lot about the commitment to the core guys, what you have to each other. You were gutting it out last year in center field. Your knee was hurting. You didn't say anything. You showed up every day. You played hard. You made great catches. But you were hurting at the end of the season.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It'd be times where like I wanted to steal, but I just wanted to finish the game, so I wouldn't steal. It'd be certain plays I wanted to try to make, but I just didn't want to overdo it and hurt myself more. So I would kind of pull up. But hey, I just wanted to go out there and give it all I had for my team. It was towards the end of the season. I just felt like I just had to stick it out for a couple more months, and and that's what I did. So glad the offseason came and I got to be able to get it fixed.
I've been selling a lot the commitment. It's just not to the organization. It's a commitment to your guys' crew. Obviously, Brent Rooker was the first guy, but for the young guys, you were the first one to make that commitment. I know how close you and Tyler Soderstrom are. He made the commitment. Now Jacob Wilson's made the commitment. We think others are going to do the same. You guys are just not committing to the organization. You're committing to your guys. Talk about what that means, that core. You guys are committed to say, we're going to stay here. We're going to play here. We're not going to worry about arbitration. We're not going to worry about free agency. We're playing to be with each other for a long time.
Yeah, it really just tells all of us that, we're on the same page. And, when we talk about the future, our future and our future with the organization, it's not just talk. It's like we're actually doing it, and we're actually, trying to actually make this thing work, and we're going to make it work. Because we have a great group. All those guys you just named are outstanding players. So it just kind of tells us that we want to stay here and we want to win here. We don't just want to be here just playing baseball. We want to win games. We want to win championships. We want to win. That's what it's all about, is winning and getting to the pinnacle of being in the major leagues.
Do you look at Nick Kurtz and go, "Hey, what's up"?
Yeah. we waiting on Kurtz.
Hey, what's up, Kurtz? Let's go.
He's his own guy, so we just long as he's on our team right now, that's all we can ask for. He goes out there every day and plays hard and puts his best foot forward.
We have talked over the last couple of years, obviously, about winning. but this year it seems real. Am I right on that?
Nah, you can kind of feel it in the locker room. I know you've kind of walked around in the locker room. The energy in the clubhouse is different this year. I mean, everybody feels it. I mean, Cots gave us a great message of, we're not just settling anymore. It's either win or bust. We're not just settling for a winning record or a certain amount of games. We want to win division. We want to win the AL, and we want to win the World Series. So that's kind of the mindset everybody's had, and that's the mindset all of the guys we signed have came in with. That we're one of those teams who can go far.
What do you think's different from you now than when you first came up?
I say just being a little bit more comfortable. Just being a little bit more comfortable walking around the clubhouse. Just being more comfortable with new guys who are coming into the locker room. I can kind of speak to them, talk them up a little bit, just get to know them. And it's just different. It's just different now that, I'm on a contract, I know I'm going to be here for some years. So, I want to get established, and I want to, just be one of the guys in the clubhouse where if anybody comes over here from another team, they know, all right, Law Dog's over here. He's got my back. He's one of the core pieces, and I can go talk to him about anything within the organization.
Talk about glue guys, leadership. We talk who's the captain, who's the leader. And they always say leaders are not made, they're born. That's just kind of always been your nature. You're an inviting guy. You want everybody to feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you kind of have that seniority a little bit, as you said, the contract, but you've been around here a little bit, there's something about you that you want to make sure everybody in that clubhouse, no matter how old you are, you feel comfortable.
Yeah. Because, that's when everybody's going to play the best. When you feel like you can just come over here and be yourself, you don't have to put on a facade for the players, the coaches, anybody in the front office. I feel like as an organization, we're a very welcoming organization. If you come over here, all we ask is just play hard and give us, 100% every day. And as long as you do that, we'll have no problems. We'll have fun. And, like I said, we'll win a lot of games. So I just want to make sure everybody's comfortable, everybody's on the same page so we can put out the best we can.
All right, arms-wise, what do you see in the difference in pitching this year versus what you've seen the last couple of years?
I feel like we've worked on a lot of things, with Emo. He's done a lot of work. The pitchers that were here last year or a couple of years ago, they've kind of seen, what we can do as a team. And they know, all right, if we just give our guys a chance, we're going to win a lot of games. And I already know from just talking to some of them that that's all they're trying to do. They're just trying to go out there, give us their best effort, throw strikes, get outs, get us off the field so we can put up runs. And, if we put up runs and they do their job, it's going to be a phenomenal season.
Yeah, there's a lot of young, dynamic arms. It's like real. They got stuff.
We got some really good guys. Gage Jump, we got Brandon Nett. A sleeper, I think, is Kenya Huggins. He throws really hard. I think he's
came over from Cincinnati.
Yeah, he's going to be really good. Yeah, we got some dudes though. We got some young guys. I'm excited to see what Morales is going to do for us this year.
1 year comfortable coming in. He's nasty,
and he's got a veteran Severino. Kind of can coach him up a little bit. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the young guys.
And doesn't Sevy seem a little more comfortable?
He does. Hopefully, he doesn't fall off the mound this year. He can. I joke with him all the time. Hopefully he can stay standing up on the mound this year. But he does just seem a little bit more comfortable. He seems like he's getting acclimated with the organization. So I'm excited to see what he has.
It's always fun to poke the veterans a little bit, isn't it? Yeah.
I got to.
I've been asking everybody the coolest thing that you did or happened to you in the off season that has nothing to do with baseball. Mm-hmm. And I think for you, this one's going to be pretty easy. You started a foundation.
Yeah. I started a foundation, the Law Foundation, and it's just cool to see, me with the platform I have, and how I can make a difference within, communities or just the world, period. So, I started a foundation, just helping kids who, don't have, the luxury of, having baseball utensils or really just any utensils like school, at home, really anything. So it's really just a platform for where, kids can come talk to me and some of my big league friends, ask us any questions, anything they need. Like I'll give some of the kids gear or just whatever they need. And it just feels good to me to know that I'm making a difference.
I think about when you first came up, whether it was in Oakland, now in Sacramento, obviously what you've been doing for years in Atlanta. There is something about Lawrence Butler. You got this big heart. You feel you got to give back. It's a part of who you are. And as you said, you have this platform. I mean, this has been something that's been building, and now it's like finally truly coming out, and you're able to help so many. It's got to feel great.
It feels amazing because, I was once one of those kids, who just wish they could have a relationship with a big leaguer or, just get to talk to a big leaguer or just pick their brain. So, I feel like I'm making a kid's day or, year, or maybe, I could change his life, just having a simple conversation with him and just, letting them know that I hear him. So I think it's amazing.
And how big is it in Atlanta, what you're doing?
It's huge. I mean, we got what we have going on in Atlanta is none like no other. I mean, we got guys like Will Benson, Michael Harris, Victor Scott, Chandler Simpson, Marquise Grissom Jr., Cam Carr, and all of these guys, we're involved in the community.
Yeah.
We give back. We talk to the kids love us. I mean, we got a couple big draft prospects that are coming out of high school. I mean, it's just fun. Like, we do a lot down there, and I'm glad that, we get to have that connection with the kids to, just be able to talk to them and just, hear them. And then they feel like, all right, like, this big leaguer's talking to me and he's giving me information. I can do it one day. So that's pretty much what it's all about.
I think all of us growing up, you see it. It is easy to get sideways and go the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be, as you said, that one conversation, that one time, that one person who you look up to, who says, I care about you, who you put your arm around the kid, and it changes a kid's life. And I think it's so important that you guys are doing that. And we don't hear a lot about that, or what's going on down in Atlanta. We know what you did in Sacramento last year, but that is so important, just to tell somebody, hey, man, I care about you. I love you.
Yeah, because sometimes that's all they need. They might be having doubts of anything. You could just pull them to the side, like, everything's going to be okay. Whatever you need, just let me know. Like, I'm here for you. That might just, change, like you said, change the kid's life. He's like, you know what? Maybe I can, reach my dreams or achieve my goals and whatever it is, not just baseball, just really life.
So when you think about expectations for yourself this year, do you do it in numbers? Do you do it in games? How do you prepare and say, okay, these are my goals. This is what I want to do?
I kind of shifted it this year to more team oriented, and I just want to win. If I feel like if I do what I'm supposed to do to help the team win, then at the end of the year, my numbers will be where I want them to be. So if I'm just going to focus on helping the team win any way I can, if it's base path, defense, hitting, just cheering somebody on the dugout or just relaying a message that I got about a pitch to the next hitter, to just help us win games. So that's pretty much what I'm on this year. I just really, really want to win games.
Man, I'm so happy. Life just seems great for you.
Yeah. I mean, when you're in Arizona, beautiful Hokum Stadium, beautiful weather, I mean, you can't complain.
You're living a dream, and not only you living a dream, you're an inspiration to a lot of people, a lot of young people, a lot of older people can take a lot of the great messages that you bring. You've grown up right in front of our eyes. I'm really proud of you, and it's been a lot of fun to watch.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Towny. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on this beautiful platform, A's Cast. I love A's Cast.
And how about this? We waited for the good weather. We brought Kotze out in the pouring rain yesterday. I said, for Law, until the sun comes out. When the sun comes out, that's when we bring Law out.
Yeah. I'm glad y'all brought him out in the rain. He needed a little rain.
God, he's soft. He acted like he was going skiing. He was cold.
He's changed. That's not the old Kotze. Old Kotze was a grinder.
Tough.
He's bougie now.
17 years. He played in cold weather. Now he had a beanie on. I'm like, what happened to you?
He's bougie now. We got to toughen him back up.
You are the best, my friend.
Thank you, too.
Lawrence Butler right here on A's Cast. You're good to go.
Thank you.
The great Lawrence Butler. Why he makes all of us better. Next on A's Cast Live.
Baseball is back and big league action has never been more affordable. For a limited time, grab your tickets to see the A's in West Sacramento for just $8. That's right, only $8 for select games this April and May. Catch the showdowns against the Royals, Cardinals, and American League West rivals, the Mariners and the Rangers. Whether it's a midweek getaway or an afternoon at the park, don't miss your chance to see your A's for less than the price of a ballpark snap. Tickets are moving fast. Head to athletics.com, that's athletics.com, to secure your seats today.
Looking to stay up to date on all things A's? Head over to athletics.com/A'sCast. That's athletics.com/A'sCast to listen to A's baseball in full 24/7 coverage of the A's, only on A's Cast. With a single click, you can stream great shows, live pre- and post-game coverage, and of course, all the great action of the A's this season. Head to athletics.com/acecast today.
Secure your spot for priority access to 2028 season tickets at the A's Ballpark in Las Vegas for just $19.01. The amount honors the founding year of the Athletics franchise in 1901. By joining the priority list, you'll get an early opportunity to grab season tickets before they go on sale to the public, while also supporting youth baseball and softball programs across Southern Nevada. To secure your spot, visit athletics.com/Vegas.
Tyler Soderstrom joined Chris Townsend to talk about his breakout 2025 season, his new 7-year contract extension, and his commitment to the future of the Athletics.
There was some conversation right at the end of the season last year with what they were planning to come to us with. So we had a good idea. I knew that they were going to come to us with something in November, and, they came with their first offer. Everything is a negotiating process. So there's that whole process. My agent, Garrett Parcell, did a great job at Paragon Sports of, kind of let me and my wife and my family just kind of sit back and, let them kind of handle all of the whole process of it. And, we ended up coming to terms. So it was something that I wanted to do. I love this organization. I got drafted by them. My relationships that I've built, that's what's important to me. So I'm just excited, to be here for the long term. And, like I said, just super blessed.
You can watch the full interview at youtube.com/athletics or listen at athletics.com/A'sCast. Secure your spot for priority access to 2028 A's season tickets in Las Vegas for just $19.01, honoring the franchise's 1901 founding year. Join the list for early ticket opportunities and support youth baseball and softball in Southern Nevada. Visit athletics.com/Vegas.
A's Cast Live continues from the studio. Here's Chris Townsend.
Let's pause for station identification right here on A's Cast. We are very lucky to have a young man who's about to enter into his prime, like Lawrence Butler. We are in an age where all of us are about our brand. We're about promoting ourselves. We're me, I. We all do it. We have, A's Cast. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. We're trying to get bigger. And it's so refreshing to have somebody who goes, you know what? The most important thing for me is to help other people. You don't get that a lot in professional sports. You get a lot of guys making a lot of money. So I always laugh when people in, I'll just say the baseball media, I'll stay away from the other sports, but they're so pro. The athletes should get as much money as possible. It's like paying people generational wealth so that they can retire and just play in golf tournaments. What do they do really for people in the end? And I'm not saying they shouldn't be wealthy, and I'm not saying they shouldn't make a lot of money. But you're so worried about someone getting $200 million, and then once their career's over, you really never hear from guys and what they do with that money. And it's great. Take care of my kids and my grandkids and generations for years to come. But, Lawrence Butler is not that way. Lawrence Butler shows us all that with a platform, and lucky to be in this industry and lucky to be in professional sports, that I'm going to go out and I'm going to do what people did for me and to help me get here. He talks the talk and he walks the walk. He gives back as much as anybody that I've seen in a long, long time. Too many times you've seen where people have foundations. They had someone else set up their foundation. No, Lawrence Butler, what he is doing with his foundation and what he's been doing, whether it's Atlanta, now Sacramento or in Oakland, is Lawrence was all about giving back. He gets it. He's got a big heart. He really cares. And when you're around someone like that, that's what I'm saying. When he walks into a room, the room lights up. He's got that, I said about with Hernandez yesterday, but I mean, Lawrence Butler's got that personality. He's got that smile. He's a big man. He's the kind of guy, he walks into a room and it lights up. He's Lawrence Butler. And he could be somebody who's just making a lot of money, doesn't care, does whatever he does. No, Lawrence Butler's not a guy who's married with kids. And Lawrence Butler is a single guy who's young and understands the power that he has to make other people's lives better. And he does it. So whether Lawrence Butler hits 8,000 home runs this year or he hits 15 home runs, he's somebody you should always root for, because he truly is that person that wants to make this world a better place. And I know we don't like talking about that in sports because you don't care. It's about wins and losses. I get it. I just wanted to highlight who this young man is away from the field, because you don't see everything he does. All those kids that they help in Atlanta, it's a lot. It's a lot of kids. We've seen what he's done here out west, but in Atlanta, when he goes home, they're helping a lot of kids. And it's just not sports. They're helping them with school. They're helping them with money. They're helping them with food. He's just not like, I show up, I hit, I watch video, I play, I make money, I go home, I play video games, I go out at night to clubs. That's not who he is. Now, obviously, he's all about music. That's a passion of his.
We still haven't got that album or his single.
Yeah, he doesn't
demo.
want to release it yet for some reason. Maybe he talks a big game about the music side, but when you talk about humanity, right? When you talk about caring about people, that's why we are lucky. Lawrence Butler makes us all better. Makes you want to do something. Right? And when you have a guy like that in the clubhouse and the other players realize, hey, man, he's doing it. I need to give back. So Lawrence Butler, I hope you enjoyed that interview, because Lawrence Butler is special. Whether Lawrence Butler turns out to be a Hall of Fame player or not, he will always – we got all these bobbleheads in front of us. I know if you're listening on the A's Radio Network or on A's Cast, you're not watching the show. You can't see all the bobbleheads. There's nobody up here. Stars, Hall of Famers. Nobody gives back like Lawrence Butler.
He's right there, and he's right here.
Lawrence Butler will go down as I've been doing this almost 30 years. He'll go down as one of the most special human beings I've ever covered. And he's got a long way to go. Just think if Lawrence Butler can be that guy. Like, let's say Lawrence Butler lives up to the potential and becomes a star player. How much more he will give. The commitment he's made to this organization. That's why I always said what's so special about him is that, and same thing with Tyler Soderstrom, but Soderstrom's a quiet guy, is that when you're drafted out of high school, you rise through the ranks, you ride all the buses, you're minor league camp, all the coaches, the front office, everybody is a part of your career. You touch everybody in the organization. And then the minor leaguers now can all look up to you as like, I want to be like that guy. I don't know how many Lawrence Butlers there are in baseball. I know there's a lot of greed. I know there's a lot of all I care about is money. There's a lot of that. Organizations in all of sports all have, like, we have a community fund, but we all have these, different outlets that help the communities, and then the leagues themselves. And millions upon millions upon millions of dollars are generated by Major League Baseball and the NFL and what teams give. They do a lot. But to have a player, if we had more players who are making record amounts of money, start foundations, do more to give back than just saying, I'm going to make this money. I'm going to move to a place that doesn't have a lot of state taxes. I'm going to live in a gated community, and this is just my bubble for the rest of my life. Now, I may have a podcast. Yeah, good for you. We need more players in all of sports. And I will give credit. The NFL, there's a lot of players in the NFL. The NFL has done a great job of helping their players in certain towns have foundations and do a lot of things to help people. I think if we went toe to toe, the amount of players, I think you would probably say the NFL probably has the most guys. Now they have the most players, but they have the most guys who do these types of things. And the NFL really pushes it. I don't know about the NBA. I don't know about hockey. I mean, how many guys in hockey? Once again, I don't wear my sweater or go in the barn in the NHL like all you guys do. I don't know, like the Golden Knights or Kings or Sharks or what people are doing. But I know the NFL has a lot of guys who have foundations and do a lot of great work. And I'm hoping baseball, we can get more guys like that, more Lawrence Butlers, because the more Lawrence Butlers we have in our game, the better our game will be. And I'm not talking about data. I'm not talking about your O percentage swing or your S percentage swing, your stuff plus. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about who you are as a man with integrity and love. That's Lawrence Butler. And we need more Lawrence Butlers. You keep giving me what am I doing?
Well, I'll tell you one to use Bobby Crosby. He's long hair, and he's going to carry us into the break.
Oh, because you just want to get to Jesse Goldberg-Strassler and know your Lugnuts. The greatest game in spring training history is going to get nasty. It's gonna be fun.
Welcome to the show, Jesse.
Jesse, you better be ready, my friend. You represent a town, the great state of Michigan, and Lansing, Michigan. How many people are in Lansing, Michigan? That are not students in Michigan. Michigan State is a massive university.
Lansing population is around 112 to 114,000.
And like probably the majority of it are students. How many people go to Michigan State? They're a big school.
50, we'll round up. We round up with a 52,000.
Yeah, a lot of those people in Lansing are students. You're representing a town, Jesse Goldberg-Strassler. You better bring it today. Bobby Crosby, love him to death. I sent Bobby Crosby a text from the Las Vegas airport, Harry Reid, and I said, I wish we could clone Bobby Crosby and send Bobby's clone wherever Leo DeVries goes to send Bobby there to train him. Because you know who helped make Lawrence Butler who he is? That's Bobby Crosby, former Rookie of the Year. Now infield coach, third base coach for the Athletics. Here's Bobby.
You were a big part of this when you were managing inside the A's system, and we're now kind of seeing you brought that. We talked to you when you were down in Midland. You brought that, like, hey, we're here to win. You know, you guys are all here to get to the big league someday. But for me, you're going to win. That mentality, we're just talking to Tommy White about it, whether it's with Fran here or all the way down, establish a winning culture. And now that you're back with the big league club, you're seeing the fruits of that, right? That are coming up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bunch of talented guys. So it wasn't tough to convince them and get them going and get them going in the right direction. But yeah, I mean, you want them to develop, but you want to have a winning environment, winning culture.
And you demanded that.
Yeah, I mean, I want to win.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, it's tough to kind of ride that line of development and trying to get guys to buy in to win because they're all trying to get to the next level.
Yeah.
So it can be demanding at times, but I want to win, and the guys there that I had were winners, and that makes it a lot easier.
How important is it as a manager, as one of the coaches, to develop that kind of relationship where you say, listen, young man, I care about you. I care about you. I care about your career. Yeah. I understand your goals and where you want to go. How important is it for the player to truly know that and believe it?
I mean, for me, it's, I do care. And it's the players can feel it. They know if you care or not. And they'll buy in more if they know you sincerely care about them as a person. And for me, I've been fortunate to have a bunch of great kids that work hard and did what I asked of them, and they know I care about them on and off the field. So if you do that, they buy in more, but it's not, they can tell if someone's tricking them or not. And I love what I do, and I love the players I've coached, and hopefully they feel that, and they've grown as players and people from it.
So guys that you managed in the minor leagues, now that they're starting to make the big leagues, are you like a proud papa? Like, what's that feeling like for you when you see Lawrence Butler, you see Tyler Soderstrom, you see one of your players signing contract extensions now, having the success? How does it make you feel?
It's the best. Like you said, it's a proud papa moment. I mean, when you know them from a 19, 20-year-old kid and see them develop as people and as players, and to have all their hard work pay off. You know, I was there when they were struggling, and you know, I've you know, broken down with guys, and you know, they've broken down and said, like, you know, it's hard. The minor leagues is hard, and you work your entire life for something, and to see them keep going up every level, and then be here and have success and get contracts from it, and know their parents and their wives and girlfriends, to be a part of that in a way. Yeah, I get goosebumps talking about it. It's special for me, and it's something that, you know, it's why I love coaching, is be able to impact them as players and in their lives.
Yeah, you knew them as really young kids, right? So yeah, you don't think about their parents are at the stadium. I mean, it's kind of like college in a way, but they're getting paid. They went the high school route, and you know, you don't do it anymore. But that magical moment when you get to promote a player, we talked with Fran about it, doing it to the big leagues. Fran Reardon's going to join us, but I mean, it was like the same thing. Hey, you're going to AAA, and you're getting that much closer. That conversation is such a magical thing.
It is. Yeah, I've never been able to tell a player who's going to the big leagues, but to tell them they're going to the next level, like it's special. It's, you know how much hard work they put in, and effort in the off season and during the season. It's a special thing to be able to tell them they're going to the next level, and obviously when they get to the big leagues, you know, back when I was managing Midland, we would, you know, bring my computer out and we'd watch the game when the guy got called up, and the whole team's around, you know, supporting them, you know, supporting their teammates. So it's a special thing for us when guys go to the next level and then eventually get to the big leagues.
Once you manage, can you ever turn the manager brain off?
I can't. I love the game. You know, so I mean, I'll watch it from doing what I do now, and you analyze what another team does, and I listen to Kotz and watch what he does and learn from him. You can never stop learning.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, as a student of the game of baseball, I love it. And once you manage, you learn more about the catching game, the running game, and the pitching, and different sides that I didn't know a lot as a player, and when I first started coaching. But now it's, you know, it's there's so much more that goes into the game that you have to know as a manager. So for me, you know, I watch it as an infield guy, but I also watch it on how the game is flowing and different things with the running game and what we're doing on offense. And it's I don't think you can turn it off.
Yeah,
I don't want it.
When you were a shortstop back in the day, because once you manage, you pitching, understanding pitching, understanding your players, understanding strengths and weaknesses, putting guys in the right spot or not. That's what you got to do as a manager. Back in the day at shortstop, you just sitting there going, man, we throw strikes. Just get people out. Let's go.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, I knew where everyone was supposed to go on the field.
Yeah.
But what the pitchers were doing, it was foreign to me. I mean, I knew what our guys did were good at and not good at. And I was a bigger shortstop, so I pride myself on having a pretty good first step. I had to. I'm competing with guys who are smaller and quick. So I knew what our pitchers had, but you know, all of the stuff that goes into it, the running game and stuff, it was, you know, it wasn't really my thing at that time as a player.
All right, different role this year.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
I mean, you're back in your sweet spot. You did outfield. That's one thing when you're a manager, you've learned everything. So you're outfield. Now you're bread and butter. Your sweet spot, infield. How's it been going so far in camp?
I'm happy. It's
look at you. You got a big smile.
No, it's great. You know, I got to talk to the guys a little bit the past couple of years about some infield stuff, but it's a big passion of mine. The players know it. So to be able to help our guys kind of get to the next step is a big goal for me. I love working with them. They've bought into what I'm doing. It's only going to continue to get better, and I love it. I mean, I truly am. I'm very, very happy working in the infielders, and I think they're, you know, hopefully they're getting a lot out of it as well.
I always look at it. I don't care if you can't hit. And I don't care if you can't pitch and you're giving up a bazillion runs. There's one thing every team, I don't care if you're a rebuilding team at the very bottom, you should be able to play defense.
Correct.
That should just be, and it would always drive me when I hear people say, well, they're a bad team and, they're rebuilding. You should be able to field ground balls. Yeah. You should be able to catch it and throw it. Even if you can't hit, even if you can't pitch, you should never be bad on defense.
Yeah, at the big league level, absolutely. But one of my big things is, physical mistakes are going to happen.
Yeah.
We better be in the right spot. If there's a cutoff play, if there's any play going on, we better be in the right spot. And I told him, I said, I will not get mad if you clank a ball. I've done it. It's happened. A ball is going to go through your legs at some point. Yes, you're in the big leagues.
Just don't do it a lot.
Yeah, yes. You're in the exactly. You're in the big leagues and you should make that play. But not being in the right spot, not having a good first step, not having a good first step on every single pitch, not knowing what our pitcher's tendencies are and where you should be on a breaking ball or on a fastball, and then the ball's in play. Like, you should know your spot so well that, like Willie should know his spot so well at shortstop that he can help out whoever's playing second base, McNeil or whoever it is, and the third baseman. Like, you should be able, once the ball is hit, he goes to his spot, and then he's looking around to shift guys around. That's what I want for every single guy. So we're always in the right spot. We're always moving. You see right now, Willie's first step it's really good. He's thinking, and I really want him to think through the game, think what the hitter's doing, watch swings, read swings, and think ahead of the game instead of reacting to whatever happens.
Bobby Crosby with us here on A's Cast Live, and we had Ben McDonald on. And when Ben McDonald was talking about Cal Ripken was calling his pitches for him, it made you just realize from the shortstop position, we always talk about best athlete, right? Why we draft shortstops, and I want to get into that with Max Muncy in a minute. But there's something about shortstop, like you can see what the pitch is, and if you know what the hitter's tendencies are, there's things that you can do to kind of get you in the right spot before the action has even happened. You really, like second base and shortstop, you got an advantage, wouldn't you say?
100%. And there's so much data out there now on what our pitchers do, what hitters do. If you know that our pitchers give up fastballs up the middle, and this guy is a guy who stays on it up the middle, and let's say he hits breaking balls in the 6-hole, you can be right in the middle there, and you hear a fastball. You have to wait until the pitcher releases it, obviously, because you don't want to be tipping into the hitter. But you should already be moving once he releases the ball to that spot. And we can cheat the system a little bit. I mean, you can cheat where Willie isn't the fastest guy. He's going to have to be really good at knowing all this stuff prior to the pitch and moving as it's going. Now, if the guy goes against his tendency a little bit, Willie could be moving and then get back and go that way. But for him being a bigger shortstop, we got to cheat a little bit.
Two guys have really piqued my interest this camp. What we're seeing, we'll start with Max Muncy, and Brett Harris has been real interesting. We had him on during the game the other day. But Max Muncy, shortstop, drafted, first round. We know that we can take shortstops. You can put them anywhere on the diamond. You can put them in the outfield. They're always the best athletes on their teams. Last year at second base, he admitted it was a little odd being on that side of the diamond. He wasn't comfortable. Now moving him from shortstop, getting him away from second base, moving him over to third base on that side. You played there your entire life on that side. You're used to reading ground balls on that side. How do you think the progression is going for him from being a career growing up shortstop, drafted as a shortstop, now trying third base?
It's getting there. That's what I'll say. Like, he's a natural shortstop and a good athlete. When he went to second, I saw him lose a little bit of that because he felt uncomfortable. And at third, at times, he isn't completely full Max Muncy, if that makes sense. He's not a full, I'm going to go out and be an athlete. My biggest thing for him is go out there and be free. I want him free mentally. I want him free physically, where he can go out and let his athleticism come out. And I think last year at times he was overthinking and trying to be a second baseman. I want him to be a shortstop playing third base. I want him to move like a shortstop because that's how he moves the best. When I had him in Double-A as a shortstop, he was awesome. And I've seen him at times lose a little bit of that freedom to just go out and play. So the stuff I work on with him, it is nothing about form. It's nothing about stuff like that I work with other guys on. With him, I rip balls at him and I want him to be an athlete. And that progression, it's happening. It's happening. And it's not going to be an overnight where he feels completely free and great at third base, but it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's tough to tell someone to stop thinking and trust.
Yeah.
It's It's easy to do up here,
Yeah.
talking on microphones, but down there, especially when you see what the velocity is of those ground balls coming third base.
It's the big leagues. I mean, it's not easy, and
Yeah.
I understand that. And we have, we've been close for a while now, and talked about care. I care for this kid so much, and I know his heart. I know how much he wants it. We're gonna get him there, and he's gonna be really good. But we just gotta continue to work that process, and once he fully trusts everything that he's doing, he's gonna be special over there.
I predicted over 20 home runs for him this year.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. I
think he's gonna blossom as a player.
Yeah, the whole thing. You see the confidence with him, and with the bat, he's there. He's there. We just got to get him comfortable at third base. And like I said, it's not overnight. There's going to be a few little bumps. You can't predict exactly that he's going to be, exactly how he's going to do, but he's going to do well. But there'll be some bumps in there. But we're looking at the big picture, and getting to a World Series or winning the World Series. He's going to be a part of that, and he's going to be good over there.
I was like, kudos to Brett Harris. We had him on the broadcast the other day. A lot of people don't realize, for a guy his size, he never played first. It was basically third base and a lot of second. You never see a guy that big playing second, but I'm like, young man, that's a smart move. Go over to first, show your versatility. You never know with guys getting hurt. And speaking of first base, all we talk about with Nick Kurtz is offense. His nickname, we found out at Wake Forest, was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It wasn't Big Amish. It was Spider-Man. Because of his glove, he caught everything. Tell us what you've learned about Nick Kurtz defensively at first base for a man his size, the way he moves.
I've said it from day one. His hand action on how he feels it and how he picks it, it's spot on. It's really, really, really good. I don't mess with that at all. How he picks the ball, spot on. It's just going to be how he gets off the ball on reading, reading swings and reading the pitch. Because other than that, his actions are great. He had a few problems with the pop-ups, and we joke about it now, but he's going to be fine there. He's very, very underrated right now on what he can do defensively. I think he's going to be an elite defender. Everything he does is really, really, really good. It's just getting reps and getting comfortable, but there isn't much I have to do with him other than breed more confidence.
Everybody remembers Bobby Crosby in one way as being a super fun guy, but Bobby Crosby could be a little prickly and a little hardcore. Do you see a little of yourself in Jeff McNeil?
Yeah, we're both Long Beach State guys.
Huh? Dirtbags?
That's right. Yeah, no, I definitely. He is a grinder type of guy. He gets after it. He can be, like you said, a little prickly, a little grizzly kind of. He's a gamer, and I like how he's going to rub off on some of the other guys too.
Totally.
He's
accountability. I see him with the young guys being. He's someone that can hold you to a little bit of a standard. I kind of like that.
It's perfect. I mean, if you come out to a game, you watch him talk with Willie. They are talking nonstop up the middle, and that's what I want. I want them to know each other backwards and forwards and know what each other's doing on every single play. And Willie needs that. It's really going to help Willie having a veteran guy like that talking to him and saying, hey, we're going to do this here. Okay, you're going to take it here. That little stuff is huge. And, he's going to be a big leader and a big help to the whole team. But, to Willie, I see him as a mentor type guy.
Well, I can sit here and tell you all day long what an asset you are to this big club in so many different ways. But I've made the prediction, and it will happen someday, when you become a big league manager. I don't know where it's going to be. It's going to be somewhere. I just want to make sure you still answer our phone calls. You still remember us when you're a big league manager, because you're going to win, and it's going to be incredible. Just don't forget us, the little people with A's Cast.
Deal. I appreciate it.
You're going to be a manager. It's going to happen.
I know. Yeah. Whenever that time comes, like we said, I'm loving what I'm doing right now. I'm happy, but I would love to do that in the future.
Love me some Bobby Crosby. Special guy, no question about it. Coming up next, the greatest spring training game ever just got bigger. Next on A's Cast Live.
Secure your spot for priority access to 2028 season tickets at the A's ballpark in Las Vegas for just $19.01. The amount honors the founding year of the Athletics franchise in 1901. By joining the priority list, you'll get an early opportunity to grab season tickets before they go on sale to the public, while also supporting youth baseball and softball programs across Southern Nevada. To secure your spot, visit athletics.com/Vegas.
'25 All-Star Brent Rooker joined Towny on A's Cast Live to discuss the special bond in the A's clubhouse.
There really is, and it's developed over the past several years since I've been here in 23. The guys who have kind of been through the rebuild, and a lot of them came to the minor leagues during that time, and got here in 23 or 24 or whatever it was, and it makes coming to work fun when you like the people you work with, when you like the guys that you're hanging out with, because I mean we're together for 8 months. We're together 8 hours or at least 8 hours a day every single day. So we're hanging out, and it makes it easier to perform, easier to improve, easier to want to show up and grow as an individual and as a group when you like the guys you're doing it with.
You can watch the full interview at youtube.com/athletics or listen at athletics.com/A'sCast.
Baseball is back, and big league action has never been more affordable. For a limited time, grab your tickets to see the A's in West Sacramento for just $8. That's right, only $8 for select games this April and May. Catch the showdowns against the Royals, Cardinals, and American League West rivals, the Mariners and the Rangers. Whether it's a midweek getaway or an afternoon at the park, don't miss your chance to see your A's for less than the price of a ballpark snack. Tickets are moving fast. Head to athletics.com, that's athletics.com, to secure your seats today.
The A's YouTube page is your go-to destination for A's video content. Get access to great highlights, exclusive behind-the-scenes content, classic games, A's Cast Live, and more. Visit youtube.com/athletics.
The time is now. Grab your sunglasses, A's gear, and get ready for some fun in the sun. Spring training is back as the Athletics get ready for the 2026 season. Now's the time to make plans to catch us in Mesa, Arizona, and enjoy the sunshine of your family and friends. Grab your tickets for the best seats at the lowest prices as your green and gold take on the Dodgers, Giants, Cubs, Padres, and more at Ho-Ho-Cam Stadium. Don't wait. Get your tickets at athletics.com/spring. That's athletics.com/spring.
Unlock offers and receive exclusive in-game features by downloading the MLB Ballpark app for iPhone and Android today. Plus, get the latest information on game time, schedules, and more.
A's Cast Live continues from the studio. Here's Chris Townsend.
All righty. I haven't seen Cody this excited about a segment and a show in a long, long time. Kind of embarrassing by you, Commander. And by the way, what's up with your hair today?
I did something different. I didn't blow dry it, so it air dried, and it made my hair all curly. So it's an arrow. I tried to look a little bit like a B-Craw.
Oh, my. You're going Brandon Crawford? Brandon Crawford is the only guy that could be playing in a game that was like 52 degrees in San Francisco and have wet hair like it was humid and he was sweating. He would have wet hair the entire game. Great career, no doubt, from Pleasanton. Love me some B-Craw. Good family man. Great career. He's going to go on the wall somewhere. He might even be on the wall. 2-time World Series champion. Not hating on B-Craw. Ladies love that hair, but I was like, how? It's cold outside. How is his hair still wet? 6th, 7th, 8th inning? Like, what? How's it always wet?
That's a great question. I don't know how he did it. I always wondered that too. Even from when he was a younger player with the Giants playing in the playoffs, the World Series, you're like, wow, his hair's. It's 8 o'clock at night, and it's
he could be in a dome, and the hair was wet. Like, what? How's this possible? It's perfect weather. So yeah, you got the B-Craw hair.
I know. Jesse's awaiting. I saw he was on video.
You are excited.
He said he's texting me. They're having bad connection there right now, so we'll wait for Jesse to get back.
Oh man,
they're at Hohokam too.
If this doesn't work, and you put a lot of effort into this one,
I know. I mean, I do. I try to find them like we did Know Your Reds yesterday for you and I. We did Know Your Rockies.
By the way, I did so well on Know Your Reds. One of our loyal listeners contacted me and asked me if I was a closet Reds fan. How dare you?
Oh, Jesse's back. Let's try it. Let's see if it.
Well, hold on. I want to address this. Yes. Your host. I've been doing this a long time. I know a little bit about the game.
to accuse me of being as a man who has ripped the city of Cincinnati many of times, just because I know Reds history, to ask if I was a closet Red fan. Now, I know we've been closet fans of certain teams for certain. Like, there was one time we were rooting for the Mets, and we kept playing Meet the Mets.
Oh, yeah, we have a good version.
Why were we Mets fans for that couple months?
I don't remember. I just remember we were Mets fans.
We were Philly fans at one point.
You were a Philly fan.
I think that was
I just went along with it.
I think that was because of Himbo.
Yeah, yeah. Who will be on the Paulie McKitty's on the program?
We're
Thursday.
always gonna be D-back fans for Torey Lovello.
Correct.
Love that man.
Who we play tomorrow in spring training.
Yeah, every once in a while we'll adopt a team down the stretch for some stupid reason. We're trying to create content. Do we have the great Jesse Goldberg-Strassler? Do we have him? How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Towny, I like your baseball cap.
I'm repping Lugnuts today in honor of you. We are super, super excited. I can't tell you, Cody has been – I've never seen Cody this excited in a spring training action. To have you on and to play the greatest game in spring training history, first of all, how are you doing and how much fun are you having calling big league games down in Arizona?
Hang on, guys. So the Ho-Ho-Cam internet is getting in my way.
Oh, boy.
I picked up every fourth word.
Are you on Wi-Fi?
So, do you have me okay?
It's spotty. We'll give it a second. Okay. All right.
Jesse? Okay, we're just going to have to do this. And you know what? Sometimes we have to go old school, and we'll just have to get him on the phone. And it won't be by video. Why is it? Well, can he just go through the board, Nate,
Here,
like the broadcast?
We can bring Nate on. Here, Nate, turn yourself on.
Nate, can we just bring him through the board like he's broadcasting the game through the Comrex?
No, bring yourself on StreamYard, not through our ears, so people can see you.
It's 2026, for God's sakes. It's 2026. All right, he's back. See if that works.
All right, hold on.
Hey.
Oh, hold on, Nate. Hold on, we're moving you out. Okay.
Is that better?
I got you, and I got you clearly, too. I switched from computer to phone, so let me know if things are okay with this.
Is this okay?
Yeah.
We have a little bit of an echo.
There we go. Now try it.
Now try it.
Okay, it was coming through Nate's end on our ears.
All right, now talk, Jesse.
Hello, Towny. Hello, Commander Cody. Hello from Ho-Ho-Cam.
It's 2026. We should be able to do this. By the way, I asked you the question. You didn't hear it. We'll do it again. How cool is it for you being down there calling big league games?
You know the answer to that question. This is great. Jenny's over here carrying me. I've got Chris dropping by and smelling beautifully. This is a great experience. I'm loving it.
Well, you have a lot of pressure today. There's a lot. I mean, you think of Lansing, Michigan, and obviously Lansing, Michigan, the first thing I always think about, Michigan State, great university, a massive university, Big Ten, some of the great athletes. You know, Steve Garvey, who's a friend of this program, was a great Dodger, but also was a great defensive back there. Kurt Gibson was a tight end at Michigan State, starred in big league baseball for many, many years. So there's a lot to talk about with Lansing, Michigan State, and the Lansing Lugnuts. Today, the city of Lansing is on your shoulders, my friend.
Wait, I was waiting for you to say Mark Mulder.
Oh, for Mark, of course, the second pick overall in the draft. Mark Mulder, with a lot of great athletes out of Michigan State, football players. I mean, my God, the way the basketball program has been for all these years under Tom Izzo as he's continuing to dominate, and we'll see how he does in the Big Ten tourney. But are you ready, my friend, to play? We're not playing Know Your White Sox like normally would do today, because I don't care what you know about the White Sox. We are going to play Know Your Lugnuts.
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready? Let's do this.
All right, Jesse. Welcome to the program once again. First question, how long have the Lansing Lugnuts been around?
Since 1996. This is the 30th year.
Correct. One for one.
Out of the gate, attaboy.
Who was the Lansing Lugnuts' first ever manager?
Brian Goldberg.
Wow.
2 for 2.
He is on you already, Commander.
When did the Lugnuts win their first league championship?
1997.
Is that all you got?
Hold on, it gets more. I mean, you're talking to Mr. Lansing here. All right. The Lugnuts have had 3 managers manage in Major League Baseball. Who are they?
Mike Redmond, Clayton McCullough, and John Schneider.
Wow. I mean, this is like the anti-Chris Carey. Chris Carey, who couldn't answer one question about the Diamondbacks and worked for the Diamondbacks, he's getting them all.
All right. Boy, he's 4 for 4. Yeah, 4 for 4. Who are the 4 teams that have been affiliated with the Lansing Lugnuts?
Athletics, Toronto Blue Jays, Chicago Cubs, Kansas City Royals.
He's reading you like a book right now.
Who is the only Lansing Lugnut to be inducted or will be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame?
Carlos Beltran. He was in the very first Lugnuts lineup.
He was in the first Lugnuts lineup?
Very first. Okay. Beltran shows up. He's a teenager. A week and a half in, he gets injured in that field collision. It goes back to spring training. He never comes back, but we still claim him. He was terrible in Lansing.
Hey, he was there. He showed up. He wore the uni.
That's right.
Right.
How many combined or just how many no-hitters have the Lansing Lugnuts thrown?
Ooh.
30 years?
Let's go 4.
Unless I looked wrong. I have 3.
3.
I'd probably go with Jesse on
Yeah,
that.
it's
more
true.
than
I
I'd
mean-
go with you, to be honest.
Okay, here we go. Jesse, let's see you get back on track here. Who was the first Lugnuts player to hit for the cycle?
Corey Patterson.
He's incredible. He's incredible.
Who has the most home runs in Lugnuts history?
Oh, man. Somebody who stuck around for a while, huh? Let's say Brian DePerick.
That'd be Kevin Collins. He had 47.
Who?
The great Kevin Collins.
Who's Kevin Collins?
I don't know.
I mean, that's a lot of time in high A, by the way, to hit 47 jacks. Who? All right.
All right, Jesse. This is one I looked up on my own, and I wanted to see if you remember this because you were on the call. Who hit the first home run for the A's organization playing in Lansing?
So I'm going to say Jordan Diaz because I think he homered in his first at-bat in the first inning.
Bonus question. What Major League reliever currently in Major League Baseball did he hit the home run off of?
Oh, I've got no chance. Who was it?
That'd be Hunter Gaddis of the Cleveland Guardians.
Hunter Gaddis, of course.
What is the Lugnuts record for most wins in a season?
Oh, man. Good question. Let's say 79.
82.
Oh, that was a good year.
It's still close.
I mean, that's kind of a weak question, but go ahead.
Who was the last player to steal home for the Lugnuts?
See, this was recent because they love doing the double steal.
I love him.
Oh, you do?
I love this guy. I love this kid. I've been ever since he was taken out of high school.
I mean, that sounds like Henry Bolte to me.
Nailed it. So
All you had to do, Towny, was say that you loved him, and I know how much. Ever since you first saw Bolte in the spring, and you were like, "Look at this big kid."
He looks like a star, talks like a. I mean, I love me some Henry Bolte.
Okay, so you'll notice the theme with these next couple, including the one that's asked about the stealing home. Who threw the last immaculate inning for the Lugnuts?
Oh, that's easy. That's Gage Jump.
Call for these.
Well, yeah, I mean,
He's the voice of the Lugnuts.
Who led the Lugnuts in home runs in 2025?
It's once again somebody who stuck around and didn't get promoted.
Ooh.
So, man,
He's been.
But Tommy White didn't get up. Was it White?
Yes.
Tommy White had 11.
I was about to say he's been hanging around a lot lately too.
Dude, Tommy White was he caught fire. He had this terrible injury. He got fire. He got promoted. At his best, dude looked like a major league rehabber with us. That's how well he was seeing the ball.
Well, yeah, the more people start to see him, I mean, we all know about what he did at LSU, but the more everybody starts to see him, I mean, just recently hitting those bombs in Vegas, you got to see a lot of them. Everybody's like, Tommy Tanks is legit.
And you know what else? Never strikes out. Never strikes out. He today is at batting practice, and it's Kurtz then White. First rounder, second rounder, Wake Forest, LSU. They were college competitors. Like White told me in college, he didn't like Nick Kurtz. That's the guy who was vying with for the home run titles. And there they are batting back-to-back in BP, and Kurtz is hitting his nukes out to center and left center. And Tommy White stepped up, and he hit the clock where it reads on the top right corner of the video board.
I love it. We got power, baby. You got any more?
Yeah, I got plenty more.
All right.
Who was the last?
By the way, we are playing Know Your Lugnuts. Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, the voice of the Lansing Lugnuts, our high A team.
Who was the last first-round pick to play for the Lugnuts in the A's organization?
So you got to go back before Nick Kurtz. It was Jacob Wilson.
How many Midwest League most valuable players have the Lugnuts had?
Okay. Let's say 4.
Correct. Can you name them?
There was Bo Bichette, Ryan McBroom, Kevin Pillar, and Brian DePerick.
Correct.
This is the greatest run in this game's history. And we've played this for multiple spring trainings. Unbelievable.
Okay, this is Lugnuts and a crosstown rival history here. What is the Lugnuts record in the crosstown rival with Michigan State?
It goes back to 2007, but there were some years that we skipped. So we're probably going on nearly 20 years. Let's say we are 16-2. 16 do we have 15-2? What are we?
14-3.
We lost last year. We lost last year because we supplied the pitchers, and because we got the pitchers, we also supplied the catcher. So Cole Kahn bats in the Michigan State lineup with all of our pitchers. Our pitchers shut us out, and Cole Kahn scores the game's only run. We beat ourselves.
Yeah. But that's got to be really cool for the Michigan State kids. That's pretty awesome.
It's the biggest crowd that they play in front of all year.
It's like 7,000 something people, right? Every game.
We can pack it. The problem is it's Michigan in April, so you don't know if you're going to freeze.
What is the longest game ever played in Lugnuts history? By innings. It happened
17.
No, he nailed it. 3 different times. Who is the only baseball Hall of Famer to have ever played at Michigan State?
Robin Roberts.
Oh, my God.
That's correct. All right, 2 more. Which famous filmmaker was born in Lansing who directed The Breakfast Club, Weird Science, and others amongst his career?
Oh, man.
These are like bonus questions. It's like Alex Trebek is like trying to hand you money at this point.
Isn't it Hughes?
Yes, John Hughes. Cody asked me that earlier, and he goes, "Hey, who is that?" And I'm like, "What? How am I?
I should Breakfast Club this."
Yes, nice.
All right, last one. If you get this is impressive. You know your Magic Johnson history. What is the name of Magic Johnson's high school?
I don't think he went to East Lansing. Let's say he went to Lansing Everett.
Nailed it.
Magic Johnson's parents come to Lugnuts games, and so do Al Horford's parents.
Really?
Al Horford's family is from the Dominican, so his family gets along with all of our Dominican players.
This is one of the most unbelievable jobs that we've ever seen somebody do on Know Your whatever the team. This was the only questions he didn't get were just they were weak. I gotta commend you. You right now are the Muhammad Ali. You are the great. You are the GOAT of Know Your the greatest game in spring training history. I applaud you, my friend. I'm very proud of you. If I owned the Lugnuts, I'd give you a 10-year deal right now. I'd give him a 10-year deal. Go. This is the guy this is the face of the Lugnuts. This is the guy who represents our organization, and he's doing a great job.
You've been there since
my wife since 2009. Yeah, my wife is my agent, but Towny, you can supplant her. Like, you can be my PR guy.
Well, no, I want to be the owner. I'm going to give you that deal. You know, what I love is so our old catcher at San Jose State lives in Birmingham, Michigan. And, you know, he tells me because his two of his daughters went to Michigan State, but he works for Merrill Lynch. So he's got to work around all these University of Michigan grads. And he talks about the difference between Michigan and Michigan State people. And there is a dramatic, like the Michigan State people are the good neighbor. They're the guys that you want to go have a beer with, play golf with, and that the Michigan people are insufferable. Is this true?
This is true. You want to have a good time, you hang out with a Spartan. Like, the best place in Lansing is a Thirsty Thursday at the ballpark when all of Michigan State is in attendance. Everybody finds a date. It's a great time.
Thirsty Thursday.
The alliteration is, I mean, it's on point.
So when you're looking at spring training right now and what you've observed so far of our ball club, how excited are you for the 2026 athletics? And obviously you've called games for a lot of the players that are going to be on the roster.
Well, it's so interesting to me that you've got the opening day roster and what that's going to be as things shake out at the back end of the rotation. I love seeing that the youngsters have come in unafraid. That Gage Jump is showing in spring exactly what he showed last year. That Jamie Arnold showed in spring exactly why he was taken in the first round, and that he should skyrocket. Tommy White looks better in spring than he looked last year. Last year was a lost year. He looks better, and you can look right on down the line. Henry Bolte looks ready for a major league debut later on this year. Leo DeVries is 19, and he's looked ready for the moment. So the A's lineup should just destroy the baseball, and there's a lot of fun to be had. There's so much optimism. And then when the kids get called on, the kids are ready. That's so good to see.
You bring up Leo, and I'm right back into my Leo. When you watched him play, you've seen a lot of top prospects, whether it's guys that are on the Lugnuts or guys playing for other teams. You've seen a lot of hype. Where do you compare Leo DeVries to all the top prospects you've ever seen?
Right at the top of the list. We had Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He could hit. He couldn't do anything else. He had to find a defensive position. He had to figure everything else out. I've seen Mike Trout dominate the league the same way that I watched Leo. Now, the thing with Leo was it wasn't day in, day out. Because he was a teenager, there were highs and lows. But at the start of the year, when he was with Fort Wayne, he was not a good defensive shortstop. And with reps, with that time, by the time the A's traded for him, so smooth and ranging all over the place. The center fielder had to be ready because Leo was going to be dashing out. Inner clock working. So seeing that learning curve defensively. Also, are you aware of the mutant cycle?
No, but I'm interested.
Okay, he's El Mutante. Everything that he does, it's mutant. When he cycled in Lansing, he goes 5 for 5 with 2 home runs and a 2-out go-ahead triple in the 9th inning to win the game. You're going, he understands the stage. And that was one of 3 2-homer games for him last year. Then he had another 2-homer game in the Texas League Championship Series. And then he had just the 2-homer game on Sunday as the A's scored 11 unanswered, including the grand slam. His big days are bigger than anybody else.
Well, Jesse, I'm so glad you went there because I got PTSD from the steroid era. When you said, have you heard about the cycle? I went, no, don't go there. No cycles. We don't hear cycles. This kid is, I mean, you're not going to be shocked if he's in the big leagues this year, correct?
If he's in the big leagues this year, that means that he's going to be ticking off the boxes. That, okay, he's exactly where they want him to be defensively. He's exactly where they want him to be offensively on this consistent level. And then he's ready. The defense is ready. The offense is ready. Everything is ready. I think the A's understand exactly who he is. They're taking the right tack. They're surrounding him with the right people around him. And the coolest thing for me to watch is I've seen how he was mentored in the A system last year and starting off this year. And then they bring in the Dominican kids, the youngsters from camp, to help run the bases, to help them do some pitching drills. And there's Leo talking to the youngsters and saying, let me help you out. I love seeing him pay that forward. If and when he comes up, it's because the A's aren't panicking. It's because they go, the time is now.
Well, that just goes to show just how mature he is at 19 years old. All right, you're coming up in moments. We are happy for you. We will, what is today? Tuesday? We'll talk to you Thursday.
I'm flying out Thursday. I'm just here yesterday, today, tomorrow, and then I'm gone.
So then we will be with you tomorrow then.
Love it. I'm looking forward to it.
Who are we playing tomorrow?
D-backs.
Oh, no, you're D-backs. Can you be better? You know, I want Jenny and the both of them. All they have to do is get one question right, and they'll be better than Chris Carey. You just got to get one. Hey, you were fabulous today. Have a great call, my friend.
Thank you, Towny. Thank you, Commander.
No problem. See you, Jesse.
I mean, you should be embarrassed.
Well,
he thoroughly embarrassed you.
Well, I want to give a shout out to his broadcast partner in Lansing, Adam Jaxa, who I didn't want to ask Jesse for their media guide. So I asked Adam for it so I could get some questions to ask Jesse, like, you know, who was the first player hit for the cycle. Some of that stuff wasn't easily searchable on Google. So I went through the Lugnuts long and extensive media guide to find some of these questions for Jesse, who has been on the call with the Lugnuts since 2009. So I'm not surprised he nailed a lot of them.
Like everyone.
Yeah.
He was almost 100%. There was like a couple kind of like, I mean, he embarrassed you live on A's Cast Live.
Well, at least one broadcaster did. I mean, Johnny never embarrassed me, and Chris Carey never did.
No, we haven't done it with Jenny yet. Jenny will do Thursday and Friday.
Jenny's doing TV on Friday, so her last game tomorrow on radio is tomorrow as well.
I want them both.
All right, we'll do both of them.
Let's see how they know they're snakes.
Let's got to get one right.
You just got to get one right, and you're going to look like a genius. We out of here?
We have, let's see, hold on, time out perfect. We have 20 seconds.
White Sox.
A's. Jeffrey Springs.
On the south side of Glendale.
Here's the lineup.
What do you got? Anything? Well,
Kurt's leading off again.
It is a big. Wait, you went away. It's a big league lineup today.
5 seconds.
And Henry Bolte is in the lineup. A's Chi Sox next. We'll see you tomorrow right here, A's Cast Live at 11 a.m.
The time is now. Grab your sunglasses, A's gear, and get ready for some fun in the sun. Spring training is back as the Athletics get ready for the 2026 season. Now's the time to make plans to catch us in Mesa, Arizona, and enjoy the sunshine of your family and friends. Grab your tickets for the best seats at the lowest prices as your green and gold take on the Dodgers, Giants, Cubs, Padres, and more at Ho-Ho-Cam Stadium. Don't wait. Get your tickets at athletics.com/spring. That's athletics.com/spring.
This has been a presentation of The Athletics.